now that we created our nice logos and favicons in Canva, it's time to bring those over and install them on our WordPress dashboard. So if we look at the blogging tutorials site, you can see that currently there's no logo installed. It just has the default Divi logo. And then if you look in the top left, it just has the WordPress logo. So they don't have my logos. So we're going to go ahead and install those now. So heading over to the WordPress dashboard, we're going to do the logo first. So we're going to go to Divi on the left-hand side, and then we're going to go to Theme Options. Now we're going to go to this first section in the General Settings. It should be the first page that comes up, and you see it says Logo. We're going to go here to the right where it says Upload. We're going to upload that logo. So I dragged and dropped the logo that I created in Canva in the previous lesson. And then I'm just going to click Set as Logo. I'm going to go to where it says Save Changes. And then I'll go back to the front end of the site and refresh it. And now that Divi logo has gone away and been replaced with the Blogging Tutorials logo. Next, we're going to add the favicon. So if we go over to the left-hand side again where it says Divi, this time we're going to choose Theme Customizer. Inside of the Theme Customizer, we're going to go to the first option again where it says General Settings. And here we're going to go to Site Identity. And at the very bottom, it says Select Site Icon. So again, I'm going to drag and drop the favicon that we created into the files. And then once it's uploaded, I'm just going to click Select. So you can see that it immediately took place in the browser tab that I'm in right now. And it's showing me the version for the app icon. Now I'm going to go ahead and click Publish. So if I go back to the front end again and I click refresh, you'll see that I go from having the WordPress icon to now having the Blogging Tutorials notepad icon. And while we're here in the logo settings, I want to show you how to make your logo show up bigger if you don't want it to minimize when you scroll. So right now, if I scroll down the page, you'll see that the logo gets smaller, and sometimes it makes it harder to read or hard to see your icons, so you may not want it to get smaller. So if that's the case, we're going to go back to that customize where we added the favicon. And instead of in the general settings, we're going to go to header and navigation. And then we're going to go to the fixed navigation settings. Here you can see that the fixed menu height is set at 40. So that's whenever you're scrolling, where does it go down to? So currently when I scroll, it goes down to a 40, and when it's at full size, it's at 66. So if you want the fixed menu height to be bigger, you're going to want to go higher than 66 here, and then we'll need to change it in one other spot. If you just want it to stay the same, we're going to change it to 66. So when I move that to 66, when I scroll, you can see that there's no change in the menu. It just stays the same. Now, if you want your logo to appear bigger and stay larger, then you can go up higher. So if you wanted it to be, say, 90, you can see that it makes it much larger. It's totally up to you how large you want it to be. If you want this to stay larger and start larger, there's one other setting. So I'll leave this at 90 just so I can show you where it is. So if you want to have the logo bigger to start with, then you're going to go back and then you're going to go to primary menu. And now you can see that we have the menu height is currently set at 66. So if you want to have it be 90, like I just changed it to on the scrolling effect, then you just type in 90. So you can see that that brings that logo and makes the whole menu much larger. Then we have the logo max height right now is set to 54. So if you wanted it to take up the entire space of the menu bar, you could change that as well. You probably wouldn't want to go to the full 90, but you could make it larger. So maybe if I went to 85, you can see that it takes up a lot more space. So depending on the logo that you're using and how much you want it to show up in your menu bar, you can customize these settings to make your logo the size that you want it to be. Once you've come up with the perfect size, go ahead and click Publish.